2023 is finally behind us. And right now, we just have, it seems like a handful of things to look forward to. 2024 could actually be pretty good for Jurassic. I was going through a bunch of stuff and looking through different websites and looking into all kinds of Jurassic stuff I could. And I found a good chunk of things that I was like, oh, this actually could be a good year. So I brought on the one, the only Jay Jurassic to discuss 2024 with me because I want something to look forward to. So Jay, how are you? Are you doing okay? And it is 2024. Is that on your radar? Are you excited for what's, happening this year?
Yeah, man. There's little hints I keep seeing on social media about certain things, and I'm very excited for some news on certain gaming. That might be coming out. So there's things to be excited for in the Jurassic Park merch and just playing and media in general. News. So we'll see.
I know. So we wrote out a bunch of things here because, like I said, I was just contemplating this kind of episode. I was gonna release it like a little bit more towards the very start of the year, and now we're a few weeks in. But and I was like, there's not gonna be much to talk about. Maybe I'll just do a quick like top 5 or something, or top 3. Like I don't even know. But I decided let's like lay it all out and see exactly what we have, on the table, and then talk a little bit about what other people want to see as well. So I actually reached out and like got some information from people in Instagram and Facebook and Threads just to see what everybody else is kind of looking forward to in 2024. I actually put a post out. I had a spelling error on it, and then I deleted it, and then I reposted it. So that's how things are working over here,
Yeah. I was trying to repost it and I couldn't. I was like, what's happening here? I'm like, I've been trying to repost it for like a while, bro, but it's just not working. I don't know
I'm like,
what's happening.
I sent the second one. I just spelled something wrong, and it was up for most of the day, and I was like, and it was bugging me. I was like, I'm gonna leave it. I'm just gonna leave it. And then I couldn't leave it. I had to take it down. So yeah, but we did collect some thoughts. So I'm excited about that. But I wanted to kick things off with a little bit of discussion about the 30th anniversary. So, the 30th anniversary of Jurassic Park, in my mind, when 2023 had started, I think we started talking a lot about what was going to be the 30th anniversary. And in my mind, it's like, let's celebrate on June 11th, 2023. That's the day, right? That is the 30th anniversary. That's when we should be celebrating. It took a while before we actually got some input from Universal as far as like what things were going to be looking like for the year. And there was a lot of talk about, a year-long celebration. So, I don't really know what that means. Is that like a year from when we got that email? Is it from January to December of 2023? Is it from June to June? Like, so I wanted to ask you, like, is it over? Do you think the 30th anniversary is done? Do you think it's still something that we're going to see trickle out over the course of, the beginning of this year? Like, what do you think?
Maybe some merchandise. I feel because it was I don't know. It just felt like it was launched. Like the marketing campaign, the merchandise, everything. It felt like it was launched almost like in the second to third quarter of the year. It didn't feel like they just like they were like, all right, it's January. We're starting this Jurassic like anniversary. Let's start launching stuff out. We got everything kind of like trickled out throughout the year, but it wasn't like there was no centralized celebration, which is what
Mm-hmm.
I found the strangest about this whole thing. This is 30 years, and we had that celebration for 25, which was to some it was great because they were able to go, but to most it was kind of a disaster because they kind of told us they told us like 2
Yeah.
weeks before it happened. Like not every one of us had that expendable money to just
Yeah,
roll out to California, especially people like you and myself, that live in New Jersey
the opposite
across.
side.
Exactly.
Nothing, no celebrations happen in New Jersey,
No,
that's the
no,
problem, yeah.
no,
But, like,
and
at least me and you found a way to celebrate this past year, we both had a
mhm,
chance to go to Orlando, right, and go to
yeah,
the tribute store. So, like, I think 2023 was the year of, like, finding your own way to celebrate Jurassic Park. They did give us a lot of merch and some cool little events and things, but, mostly it was about, like, making your own celebration, and I think we all tried to make the best of it, but I'm still sitting here wondering, like, is it over? I'm not really sure because I do think I feel like we'll probably end up seeing stuff trickle out, and
mhm,
we'll continue to see, like, we'll continue to see this logo here that, if you're listening to this, on the podcast, I do have the video
yeah.
feed up, but, the 30th anniversary logo was so great, and, I
Oh,
still
it's
feel like we'll
beautiful.
probably end up seeing this, and I'm sure they won't be taking the branding down from every little place and everywhere just yet. So who knows? I think we'll end up seeing this for a little while longer. But it'll be interesting to see what they do transition like into as this
Mhm.
year progresses because I just don't know like what kind of graphic style are they going to move into. Are they going to revert back to mostly Jurassic World, because I feel like this past year, 2023, really just brought us back to the core of what Jurassic is, even though there wasn't much of anything out during the year. It was just, find ways to celebrate, but it brought us back to the core of what it was to be a Jurassic Park fan, I think, with the imagery and
Mhm.
all the graphics that we had and like just all the vibes. Everything was all vibes for 2023. So it was nice to kind of get back to those 1993 days, and just feel like you were 6, 7, 8 years old again and as in our cases here. But yeah, so I don't know. I feel like we might start trickling out a little bit and then transitioning back into Jurassic World, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, it was pretty cool to see that logo on the Hammond collection figures. It was great to
Yeah.
see like the stuff that was rolled out. Like we finally got Woo, which we
Yeah.
were waiting for a while. Um, it was cool to see that focus on like what the movie that started it all, and I did love that in the merchandise, realm of it.
Mhm.
I feel like Mattel did a pretty good job bring it, like, really putting that in our faces of, like, it's the anniversary, it's the 30th anniversary. Like, I think they're the ones that kept it aside from the fans themselves, I think we're the ones that always keep this stuff alive.
Yeah, yeah,
To be honest, we should be all on,
yeah.
Universal's payroll
We're all
'cause
on the
we
payroll.
yeah, because we've kept this franchise alive through the 14-year dead gap. We started inventing our own, like, toys and our own merchandise and our own art and our own, like, universes for Jurassic, and I feel like we're the ones that are always keeping this thing alive, but Mattel did a good job of just, like, pushing these new, like the '93 classic, stuff like that,
Mhm.
um and when it comes to, like, what I'm saying is the biggest thing I feel that was just a big letdown was the store was great. I'm not gonna say it wasn't. It was awesome, but there should have been, like, a celebration. They should have been a huge fan meetup sponsored by Universal and Mattel as well, probably, 'cause they're the ones with the merchandise of toys and stuff. It should have been great, and they should have done it not in one place, but they should have done it at the same time in 2 different places. They should have
Yeah,
done it in Universal in Orlando, and they should have done it in Hollywood.
yeah.
And the people that are closest to Hollywood could have gone there and celebrated, and the people closest to Orlando could have gone there and celebrated as well. And I remember I just kept thinking like, "Oh, this is gonna happen," but I'm not hearing anything, but I wanna keep those dates open.
Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah, same.
and I kept, like, not scheduling people those days, and then it turned out to be a really special trip for me and my girlfriend. We went down there, and, like, I honestly, it had nothing to do with Jurassic, and then she found out that it was I wouldn't even say anything, but she found out it was like Jurassic, and she was like, "Hey, if you we're here, you should go." And then that's when I went to the store, but I was only there for like literally like an hour. I
Yeah.
got I didn't have because we had other stuff going on, and I honestly went to see it on happenstance, you know?
Yeah.
That's why I remember you sent me a message. You were like, "Dude, you were here," and I'm like, "Yeah, I just got here today," and then,
I
you
think
know,
we were there like days, like a day away from each other or something
one
one
day
day.
apart. Yeah, uh-huh. You
I
had
was like,
posted
"Ah." Yeah.
you had
So
posted the
it
day before, and I was there. I didn't know it was
ah,
gonna go. That's why I didn't say anything
yeah.
to anybody. I had no idea, you know?
Yeah.
It just happened, honestly, because
Yeah.
I wanted to go to the store, but I was like when I found out there was no celebration, I was just like, "I wanna go to the store, but do I really like, is that something I really need to do?" And in all honesty, yeah, it was really cool to see all that stuff and what they did, and honestly, they should just make that an year-round
I
attraction.
know, right? Yeah.
It's sad that it doesn't exist anymore, but it's like,
I know, right? It just
ah,
disappears. All those store they always do a tribute store and it just is gone. And then you can never do it again. That's why it's always like important to me to like try my best and my hardest to get to experience one
mhm,
of these things and before it's gone. So that's why I love horror nights and those are one and done. It's like, you get it or you don't and that's it. So
yeah, yeah,
but yeah, but you mentioned actually like the store had some great stuff and the collecting of the 30th anniversary merch.
mhm.
As we're in 2024, what is your thought process about collecting like right now? Because like has it changed over the past few years or even after the
Oh,
30th
yeah.
anniversary? Like what's your mindset when it comes to collecting this year?
So I'm more reserved, I would say. A lot of it has to do honestly with with the economy. You know what I
Sure.
mean? It's plus as well, I've had some bad moments in 2023, and it kind of made me go into a retrospective of just seeing like what's really more important than other things, and I'm kind of downsizing my collection to like I'm not getting rid of any of my things that I got when I was a kid, and
Sure,
the
yeah.
the original Jurassic and Lost World. I have those encased in glass. Um, but a lot of like the Mattel extra dinosaurs that were never in the films, I'm kind of like, I don't really need to get those anymore. There's just too many of them.
Yeah.
Some of them don't look all that great. I'm sorry, but they don't. Um,
Yeah. No,
I
I
mean,
uh I get you, man, because like that is exactly where my head is too. I'm like, we have we I think when 2018 happened after, the 2015 disaster with, Hasbro and everything.
oh yeah.
Um when 2018 rolled around and Mattel is offering up so many great toys, we all went wild, right? Like we all started like
Hmm.
we need all of this stuff. We need every piece, every
Yeah.
one of them, whether it's great or not. And we're gonna say it's awesome because we just want this to continue. We want to see great toys. And it was not like we're like lying about any of these things, but I think a lot of
Hmm.
them were really great. Um, and and I say it all the time, but like however long it's been since 2018, it's like, whoa, I can't believe we are still going
Hmm.
strong with the toys that are being released. And I over the past, year or two, however long, I have done that as well. I've been like thinking about really what do I want to collect?
Hmm.
Where do I see this collection going? Because like space is a priority, like and I
Yeah,
do
yeah.
I do like to collect other things and but like but I do find myself thinking like, "Oh, maybe I should get rid of some stuff," or maybe I shouldn't just pick up every little thing. So I think I've been like sparingly picking up like core line items, and even Hammond collection. I've really like not picked up a ton of those either. So I'm wondering for 2024, like what will this bring? I mean, I feel like we've seen a little inkling of things, whether it's
Mhm.
I don't even know what they are. Epic. I think there was some Epic Attack over last year, Epic
Mhm.
Evolution. And they're all like trickling into this year as well. So it's like, I don't know. There's some really good stuff, some great sculpts and some great paint jobs and things. But there's also some weird stuff going on, even with the Hammond collection. Like I know that Dimetrodon has an eye that just looks god awful.
I keep
And
hearing
the
that.
sculpt is a little weird on that thing. So like that's where I'm like, look, if this stuff has to be collector grade for me, not, I mean, like, to a certain extent, collector grade, but like,
Yeah.
for what that line truly can offer. But I just want to at least like be very picky and choosy when it comes to a lot of the merch. So, and I think 2024 will be interesting to see based off of, the things that we get throughout the year and the things that we lead into with next year, 2025 being the 10th anniversary of Jurassic World. I'm sure by the
Mhm.
end of this year, we'll probably end up seeing like more Jurassic World, pushed into the toy line again because Mattel never really had the chance to do Jurassic World. They've done a
No.
few things here and there, but I suspect we'll probably get some stuff for Jurassic World by the end of the year and pushing into 2025, of course. But I think it'll be interesting to see what new stuff pops up this year. Um, but yeah, I'm right there with you in the same boat. I think it's
Yeah, I
tough.
feel like some of the Hammond collection is really well done, but then
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
like a huge market and you probably seen it yourself. Our good friend Ted, with his customization, there's a big market for all these like replacement parts to make these dinosaurs look better, and it's like, Mattel should have just made them like, for example, the big feet on the Rexes. Like it's been discovered that like the smaller feet work, like that
Hmm.
certain stuff like that, and they've been listening because that Carnotaurus
Ooh,
is fantastic.
yeah.
I don't want any replacement parts. I know and
Yeah.
nothing against the guys that make it because honestly they do incredible work. But my personal opinion, I don't have anything to change on that guy. He looks
Yeah.
great. I think it's one of the if not the best, one of the best figures in the Hammond collection that they ever done.
It's
Um,
so funny how like there is that like delta between how good that Carnotaurus is and how bad maybe some of them can be even
mhm.
within just the Hammond collection. But once you get outside the Hammond collection, then sometimes you're just like, eek, like I don't want any of this stuff anymore. But then every
Yeah,
now and then you're like, oh, there's the cool, really cool core line thing that maybe I do want to pick up.
yeah. Like they have some core line figures like for example like some of the legacy stuff that they're not
Hmm.
having collection but they're bringing out figures that we haven't seen in toy form and Mattel, I the one thing I love about Mattel is that the difference between them and Kenner is I know there's millions of Kenner's fans, but the Kenner figures don't look that close to counterpart for the movie figures like the humans. There's
Hmm.
always a big difference. Like my biggest gripe has always been Eddie Carr. That he looks nothing like the movie,
No, no, yeah, not at
And
all.
then like Data Stark, he looks like they I think they copied his for the video game, but the video game image was like the hunter guy, and looks nothing like the guy in the movie. And recently we got one that that's Data Stark. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's
it
really
looks
cool to
great.
have. Yeah. So I feel like that we're gonna have a lot more than that because they've been focusing on Lost World. So I think we're gonna be getting trickled out Lost World stuff, and then slowly transitioning probably into JP3 at some point, and then I think we're gonna hit Jurassic World really like heavy in the beginning of
Mhm.
2025.
Yeah, and I hope we get more of the classic '93 collection, like, I hope we get an
Oh yeah,
expansion of
I
that,
love that.
even though it's not, like, a fully '93 line, like because it had the wingsuit thing and some other stuff, but, like,
Yeah, yeah.
I hope we do focus back in on that too and get some more stuff from that, but I am excited to see where the Hammond collection goes. I mean, I know we've seen some
Hmm.
teases and hints about Pyroraptors and Delta,
Oh,
Atrociraptors, Ben and Darius from Camp Cretaceous. So there's been a lot of
Giganotosaurus.
Yeah, and I need I need the Spinosaurus. I'm sorry to say, but I
Oh,
need
no, no,
that.
dude. By all means, I want the Spinosaurus too, so I can pose it with the T-Rex on top of, like the foot on top of
No,
the
no,
T-Rex.
no. It's the other. It's the other way. Uh, but like there has been some great stuff. I think even recently
Hmm.
with so many vehicles and
Yeah.
actually quite not a ton of humans, but like I'm surprised about the amount of humans that we've gotten,
Yes.
and some cool little play sets and things like. I'm excited for the future, I think, of this line, even though it's been
Yeah.
continuous and crazy, and I'm at this point where I'm reflecting on whether or not I want to get all this stuff. I think we are at a good point where the future is still exciting for a toy
Oh
line that's
yeah.
been running for several years now. So I know there's flaws along the way, and I know there's a lot of things that make a lot of people question whether we should even be collecting it or whether Mattel should have the line. But like to me, I'm like, that's let's just relax. Like they've done a really great job, and there are some great things out there. Sometimes we just need to hone it in, and we need to focus on what we need to collect, not what the entirety of the line is doing or whatever. So
Yeah. Yeah.
I think there's some good stuff, and I'm excited for hopefully more humans and vehicles and stuff like that. I know there's that Jada or Jada, I don't know how do you say it, but the Explorer, they've got
Oh
like a
yeah. Oh
Explorer
my
coming
god.
this year, I think, and so there's a lot of good stuff that's on the list. But over the course of 2023, what's up everybody? Brad here with a little bit of an interruption to this episode. I was editing and I wanted to correct something. When we recorded this episode, there was no update to the Beyond the Gates page on Target.com, but literally the day after, honestly, probably hours later, once we finished recording, they had updated the entire page there. So you can actually see, if you're watching this on the video, you can see it here. But if you're listening, I will describe it for you. They did upload like a brand new cover image, basically, that showcases like a really, really cool design that you're actually seeing in stores now. I haven't seen like the T-Rex and blue within the store version, but they have this really awesome just backdrop of a mountainscape with the sun just shining through. It's very, very cool looking. So they've got that with the Jurassic World branding. It's back to the standard like gray logo for Jurassic World. It actually says Jurassic World. It's not just some, subtitle or just the T-Rex logo. It is the full logo. And they actually rebranded everything a little bit going down. You still have the Classic Collection, Legacy Collection, the Jurassic World Collection, and the Hammond Collection listed here. But there is another update a little bit below that says Beyond the Gates, more exclusives in 2024. Get last year's Beyond the Gates exclusives now and look forward to new exclusive collectibles soon. So it has everything from 2023 kind of listed out here, which is a very handy feature. Like that is incredible. I've kind of been wanting this for a long time to actually have like everything listed out there perfectly. So that's awesome to see. It doesn't really work fully well on the website here, but that's just more information for you. So at the time of this recording, we assumed that there would be more, but we weren't really sure. So just wanted to let you know ahead of time before, you get into this conversation. You're like, guys, it's changed. There's more exclusives in 2024. So I just wanted to let you know that when we did this, it did not update, but at least we do have something to look forward to. Beyond the Gates actually seemingly retired, and I think we really got our last episode. And look, there we got Dieter right there, right?
Yeah.
So like, is there a future in 2024 where this comes back in any way? Like, it seems like the Outpost crew might be done with this, as far as we can tell. But like, is there a future where this does get picked up in some form or fashion, and we do get to see those pre-orders and stuff from Target, more figures dropping, because we know they're not going to be done. There's still going to be more toys to come. So like, I just find it hard to believe that they would just stop this program entirely. So I feel like 2024. I mean, maybe I can make a prediction. I don't know. Like, can we do that on this episode? Maybe, but like, maybe we'll see like a reincarnated version of what Beyond the Gates is. Maybe they'll hone it in, because I think over the past few years there's been some experimentation as far as what this program can do for Target and for the toy line and everything. So it'll be interesting to see what happens this year with Beyond the Gates, if anything at all. Maybe it gets retitled, maybe it's just a completely new form, but I'll be interested to see how it transforms, I think.
Yeah, having Beyond the Gates was exciting because one, it was a new like item that was coming out, and you're wondering what it's gonna be. And then when they show you like, look, can I say one thing? I never, ever thought they were gonna make the Unimog. I never thought they were gonna make that truck.
Yeah.
I've been I've been trying to find like a truck that kind of looks like that to make my own for years, dude. And for them to make it, I was like, that's awesome. I
Yeah.
that is that's what makes me like what Mattel does and not be so critical sometimes of some of the other things they do, because they're making things that no other company that had like Hasbro or Kenner has made, and they make it look more detailed and have that look of the movie, which is what like customizers like myself try to do, you know. Um, but like
Yeah.
whenever this show popped on, I remember I'd wake up early to watch it and then like get ready to put a pre-order in, which we all know the pre-orders are not that great sometimes. But um the video itself of how they make the toys and the care that they put into some of the things and like the details they look into this and it's I love that because it's very reminiscent of the behind the scenes that we get in the DVDs and in the
Mhm.
Blu-rays when we see how they made Jurassic Park. So I always I love the films, of course, but one thing that I truly always loved is the documentaries of how they made the dinosaurs, the sets, the cars. Whenever they have I used to have those videos running again and again and again when they were showing the little detailed Coliseum in San Diego, how they built it, and
Mhm.
it's a miniature. That is so cool. So to
Yeah.
watch these videos, how they make the toys, that was so cool too. So I feel like if it doesn't come back, it's tragic, honestly, because
Yeah.
I, I don't know what form it would come back. I don't know if Chris would come back with it or if the Outpost group would be on with them again. But I don't know. I don't know why they wouldn't. But then again, I
Yeah.
don't know the inner workings of what happened. Or
Sure.
what's going
Yeah.
on.
They did such a good job, and like you said, those videos
Hmm.
were really great, and it was always insightful, and
Hmm.
they got people even outside of Mattel, like who worked on the films, to really give
Hmm.
insight on the characters and the dinosaurs, the vehicles, all that stuff. So, it's interesting to question whether that level of detail will remain if something ever does pop up again. But I
Hmm.
don't know, because like I know they had a lot of care in producing it and wondering,
Hmm.
what people would be excited about and just personally from their standpoint, like let's get the details, let's get the information, let's hear from the people who did it. So I think
Yeah.
that was really cool, but we'll have to just wait and see on that front. But I do want to pop over to something a little bit different here because on the horizon there are and it's not much, but I was trying to dig into all of the different like kind of categories that we have throughout 2024. What kind of things can we look forward to?
Hmm.
So we got like 30th anniversary stuff, maybe we got toys, and this next one is theme parks. I wanted to kind of like look into theme parks and see like, is there anything out there? And overall, it's really hard to tell. Specifically with Universal, it's like Universal is very, and not even just the studio, but like the theme park side of things. They
Yeah.
don't tend to really announce anything until they're ready. Until they're ready, and it's like right around the corner or whatever. So they will build like a full attraction and never tell you like what the name of it is or what it's about or anything, and you can like basically see it all right in front of you. And even currently, like with they're building a new theme park in Orlando, Epic Universe, and it's like, well, we're just gonna mostly let this go unknown, and everybody knows what it is already. We can see it. We can see the park taking full form, and everybody knows what all the lands are, what the rides are gonna be. But Universal's like, we'll tell you someday. So
Yeah.
I don't know, but we do know that there at least is a new kids park coming, and not next year. It's or this year. It's not even gonna be. I don't even think it's next year. I think it's 2026 or 2027. It's a little ways off. But my hope is that at least during some point in this year, maybe again, I was scouring to find any kind of information I could, but like there's nothing. But I'm not, and there's no indication that we will find anything this year. But we did get a little bit of concept art. This is actually the second piece of concept art that popped up. The first one was a little bit different. This is still the same piece that I'm showing on the video, but in this top corner over here, there is actually a section that seemingly is Jurassic World, at least Jurassic related, because we do have like in the center of a land for. And let me just state, this is Universal Kids Resort, so this is a theme park that is fully for kids. It's a theme park. Oh, families can all go to, but like it's devoted to the younger side of Universal, the kids who like the DreamWorks stuff and all that aspect and other things that they have. Because if you go to a Universal park, they're not really devoted to kids. There's not a lot that kids can enjoy.
No.
So I've taken my kids there, but there's great stuff for them to do, but not a lot. Not a lot. So this theme park would be devoted fully to kids. But if you look into the concept art, there is like a full, Jurassic World section, it would seem. You've got like basically a gyrosphere ride in the middle, which is like
Oh, you're
some sort
right.
of like spinning ball ride, which I don't even know what that looks like, but like it looks like it goes up and spins. There's like different play areas. There's another drop tower ride over here for kids, maybe like a dig site or something. I don't
Mm.
know. There's different play areas. There it looks to be like I would assume like a meet and greet area over in the top corner for like maybe different dinosaurs or something like how you can meet Blue and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
This building that's actually in the picture actually does have a Jurassic World logo on there, or just like the T-Rex logo on the building. So I don't know what the building could contain, but maybe there's like a little ride, or maybe there's like a show or something like that. But a lot of the original thoughts were that there was going to be a land devoted to Camp Cretaceous, and I think that would be pretty excellent.
Uh,
But who knows? Maybe they'll go a little bit more generic and just theme it to Jurassic World, and maybe throw in some of the Camp Cretaceous crew or something like that. But that's to be foreseen. But at least I hope during this year, maybe we can get some information. That would be nice. Universal 2024 might be a little sparse for us, so like, give us some confirmation. That would be nice as Jurassic fans.
yeah,
I like this.
throw us a bone, you know?
Yeah. So that, I just wanted to throw that in there as a
Yeah.
potential, a potential for anything, because we don't know, and it's probably more likely that we don't get any information, but just try to be hopeful here, guys. That's all.
Yeah. Well, we
Uh,
do know definitely has to be, if that area that you're pointing out is the Jurassic World area, well,
mhm.
or maybe I don't know, it's not, but like let's there definitely is going to be a Jurassic World area. That's a big thing for them,
Oh,
and
yeah, there has to be. Yeah.
kids love Jurassic World. My nephew has like all the clothes, and I mean his other toys he like kind of destroys them sometimes, but I gave him a Rexy like a long time ago, and he has all his dinosaurs lined up on his like little like nightstand, and he
Nice.
fixes them up every day, and he has all these Jurassic World and Jurassic Park like stuff, and all the kids love Blue, and I don't know if did you get the puppets like the T-Rex and the Blue puppet, the animatronic ones that they were selling?
Oh no, I didn't. No.
Oh, I got this one for Christmas. I got this little
Nice.
guy for Christmas.
Oh, so cute.
He actually makes the Lost World Baby Rex roar.
Oh, really?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
That's too funny. That's
It's so
awesome.
cool. So you're definitely gonna have people walking around with those guys, you know?
Yeah, that's
It's
always a popular thing is like the
mhm.
the handheld dinosaurs walking around the parks. I feel like I heard they just phased out the Triceratops in Orlando,
I
which
heard
makes me
that, yeah.
sad.
Mhm.
So, but they do have some raptors, I think. But hopefully we'll see some more. But like I said, there's no other real information as far as like the main parks are concerned, as far as I can recollect. And I did question. Um, yeah, I don't think we'll get any tribute stores like this year for Jurassic. I feel like that's probably off the
Yeah.
cards. Like we already got a Jurassic World one a few years ago and Jurassic
Mhm.
Park last year. So I don't really see a tribute store coming, but I did question whether or not like the escape room would stick around all that long
Oh, you're right.
because Orlando does have a Jurassic World themed escape room. I did it; it was a lot of fun, but I do question like, is it going to be getting enough traffic over there? It seems like the sales have been a little interesting. It is kind
Mm,
of expensive. Because there's also a Back to the Future one, and I wanted to do that the last time I was down there, and I'm like, dude, I don't know. It's like it's so expensive. I'm
how much
like, I don't
how much
know, man. Like it was like a
how much
well over like a closer to like $125 or something like that for two
oof,
people.
oof.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, but so
Yeah,
I
money like
question
that.
if that'll stick around. Maybe they'll swap it out. Maybe they'll stay with a escape room but swap it to a different property, or maybe it won't be an escape room anymore. Who knows? That'll be, foreseen. So that's one thing I want to keep my eye on, I think, during 2024 at least.
Yeah. Yeah, well, when it becomes that expensive, it's like your wallet just goes extinct.
Yeah. So there are some experiences though
Mhm.
that you can still find. So if you go to Jurassic World the exhibition
Oh.
.com, you can actually see that they do have a good handful of spots uh still, on the schedule here. So it actually I think, is it closed or I forget exactly where it came from, but I know it's coming to Houston, Texas, actually on March 8th,
Mhm.
here in the states. It's going to Berlin in June, I think. I was trying so hard to like go to all these websites and check out all the dates. And I had to go to like, basically all of these like Ticketmaster kind of websites to see the schedules, and it was very confusing and translating things, and I'm like, all right, let me see if I can find this all out. um so yeah, that was a tough one. There's China, but like I couldn't really get any information on China. I was like trying hard, but I'm like, Nothing's working out. I can't find out where this is or when it is. It's on the thing in Shenzhen, in China, wherever that is. But it's also in Sydney through February, in
Yeah,
Australia.
yeah, it's in Australia
Um,
right now, right?
yeah, so but it's everywhere. Like it's all over the world, like
Oh,
currently.
wait,
So there's
oh,
there's
like
several of them.
oh, it's not one
Yeah,
anymore?
not just one.
Oh,
No,
wow,
there's several of
that's
them.
news to me. That's news to me. Wow,
Yeah,
I didn't
it's
know that.
all over the place. And
Remember when we went to the first one?
yeah, dude, and it's like a totally different experience
Yup,
now. Like
I've
it's
heard.
so different. We really gotta get another visit, of which
I
I
know.
don't know when the heck that would happen, but like it's in Texas probably for a while.
Jurassic
I didn't.
World exhibition, you need to come back to Philly or, I
Yeah,
don't know, New Jersey, maybe?
New York somewhere. Like yeah,
Most
there's
likely it'd
plenty of
be New
places.
York.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, they
Um,
don't come to Jersey. They're not coming here.
yeah, it's
What
in
are they gonna
Melbourne,
do?
Australia, in sometime in 2024. So that I think the Australia one is like we're just gonna stay here because initially it
Yeah.
did start in Australia,
Yes, it did,
and
yeah.
then it came here. Um, where else is it? It's I think it's currently outside of Toronto right now with tickets through February. So yeah, that seemingly will probably, I forget if it's like maybe the Toronto one is moving to,
Mm.
I don't know where they're all moving. I have no idea. But that's the information. There are still plenty of chances to go and see this thing, and it looks really cool. I think it was just in, oh, what was it, like Atlanta? I think it was in Atlanta. So there must
Oh,
have
great,
been
yeah.
there must have been like in Australia, in Atlanta, a Toronto, and like a China or something.
Mhm.
I don't
Mhm.
know, but it's everywhere. I mean, there's so many. Um, but yeah, we also do have Jurassic World Live Tour, which is still going strong. It seems like I don't know what the
Man.
you know. I was just so happy this came back in general. I still can't
Mhm.
believe it's back,
It
but
was such a good show.
it was
Such a
so
good
much
show.
fun. So
Yeah.
good. And I'm so glad that it's still going strong. Like again, I don't know what the turnout is. You know, I'm hoping that it's still a good turnout for people, but
Mhm.
this thing at least is dated through the 31st of March, which is I think Easter Sunday there. Um so yeah, that's great. And you know, I don't think it's just going to end there. I'm sure they'll pick up some more dates after that.
Mhm.
Um so this is just going all over the place. Like this is going all across the entire states, and I think into Canada a little bit. Um, maybe other places. I don't know, but yeah, exciting that it's making its way all around again. Um, so that's interesting. But let's switch topics just a little bit again because there has been some interesting developments over the course of 2023. We did get a lot of updates with the gaming side of Jurassic. You know,
Yeah.
which I'm I'm behind. I'll be honest. Uh, I'm very behind. I do have the Jurassic Park Classic Games collection. I do have it on
I
Switch,
know.
but I have not played it. I have not. I have not played it yet. I know I'm a bad fan, but what are you gonna do?
Brad,
Um,
Brad, I just made my own. I had like about maybe 2 weeks ago. I had COVID for like the 17th time. I don't even know how many times I've had it. And so I was like, but it hit me pretty hard this time. It was alarming.
Ugh.
Um, so I was like in my bed, just sick, you know. And for the first time, I made a park in Jurassic World Evolution 2. So I'm way behind, bro. I'm super behind. I was like, "Oh wow,
Oh yeah,
I can make the Jurassic Park gate." I was like, you know,
yeah.
I I got these T-Rexes, I got raptors running around. I got my mosasaur just keeps dying. That sucks. But he just all the time, you know. So I'm
You
way
might be
behind.
farther ahead. You might be farther ahead than I am because like I played that game like for a few weeks after it came out, and then I completely stopped. And like I don't even know what I really played. I think I played like there was like the Chaos Theory or something, and
Yeah,
then I just quit. I just completely quit on it and never went back.
oh, I play
And it's so
sandbox.
crazy.
I didn't even play campaign. I was like, I don't want to deal with that. I just give me all the money and all those,
Yeah.
and let me make my own park. And I still suck at it. I'm like, I have my cars are like, you because okay, so you make your park right, and at some point you start getting kind of bored. So I was like,
Yeah.
what if I just put the explorer trail right through the T-Rex kingdom? Let's see what happens. Like, and it's just, ah, man, but
Yeah, it's tough, man. I know a lot of people that are really still into that game, still play it a lot, and
a lot of time.
I've been begging for these things for so long, but I just find myself like struggling to get back into them. I'm
Mhm.
constantly gaming, so it's not like I'm like having a hard time picking up a system. Um, I'm playing all the time, but like I just can't find the energy to play one of these ones. But I really do want to get into the classic collections. This one is just I think currently I've been deep into other games, so I'm waiting for like
Right.
to finish up some stuff for the classic collection thing because it looks like a lot of fun, and I have plans to do like some episodes on that. So keep your eyes peeled in the near future. Hopefully, we'll get a chance to do
Oh,
that.
that'd be cool.
But this will be interesting to see because like I don't think any of this like merch came out for this. Did it? Like I don't feel like I've seen any of this. Did
I don't
they
see.
end up shipping this stuff? Like I don't know.
I
Because
think that
I didn't get any of it. I just
I
got the
feel
game.
I feel like they just ran the clock on it, and there was like, well, it's this, it's whatever. So we're just
This was
gonna.
it was confusing, man. Like I got to be honest because like the game like had a very small window where you could purchase any of this stuff, So I was like,
Yeah.
all right, well, I got it. It said it's gonna be gone, so I gotta get it. So I just quickly bought like the Switch version, and then
Mhm.
like a few weeks after that, it was available digitally, and I'm like, well, I just would have done that. Like I didn't need to like
Yeah.
I don't know. So I
I
was
I
like
I
freaking
I'm gonna
out a
be hon
little bit, and then it was just digital. So I was like, oh, and it was
yeah,
out before my game even came.
I'm gonna be honest, I missed out on it. I
Yeah,
was I didn't get any of it. I wasn't able to even get the like this one is the NES classics, right? This is all like
and Sega
Nintendo.
too.
This is Sega as well? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Well,
they introduced that kind of late, but yeah.
yeah, so I have like the actual originals on Sega. I
Hmm.
have a Sega. Like so
Yeah.
I don't have the NES ones. I think I played them on like an emulator on a
Hmm.
computer a long time ago. Um but the Sega ones I have. So that's kind of why I didn't really go for it. It
Sure.
looks cool, but I was like, "Oh man, I can't really just drop that much right now." So that's why I didn't get them, but they look cool and like the merch that was coming with it, like
Yeah.
the one that you got there, it's like the prehistoric edition. Does it say that?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
comes with like
That looks awesome.
all
But
kinds of cool
yeah,
stuff. Yeah, and I don't know that
yeah.
I haven't. I don't know if this has popped up or not. Like if people got these, I have no idea because I didn't pre-order it. So I
I
don't
didn't
think
see
so though
anybody
because
with it.
I haven't seen any packages or anything. So, but I will be excited hopefully during this year to see those packages and stuff and. Maybe I can convince them to send us one. I don't know, but
Well,
but I'll be
maybe
excited to
they
catch up at least on this game.
maybe they only had one box and they just sent that out and that was
That was the one. You
it.
missed out. It was one box. But yeah, no, I'm excited to dive into this game this year.
Mhm.
After I'm finishing like catching up on a few other games. So there were so many good games last year. So it was like, oh man, everything's pushed out. I still have a lot of games to complete, but I'll
I
be excited to dive into this one.
I'm just very happy that they actually even though I wasn't able to get it myself, I'm just very happy that they like the newer generations are able to play the games that we played when we were kids, you know?
Yeah.
How difficult
Yeah,
like
see how
Jurassic
difficult they
Park
are.
Rampage edition is. Like it is not
Yeah.
fun, but it is fun, you know?
Yeah,
So,
I can't wait to dive into the Sega ones. That's where my heart is. I just want to play those.
mhm.
Um,
The music is incredible.
it's
Dude,
the best. Yeah, top
I
tier
can't
stuff.
I can't tell you how many times I've driven home to that like dum 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 you know like
I love the doom 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 doom. Like that one's the best, dude. It's so good. Um,
yeah
But, and then, like, the Sega, the roar of the T-Rex,
yeah
just the
yeah
best. But that's exciting. I'm excited to finally dive into that, but also we do have, another one that dropped over the last year, but there is a Jurassic World adventure for Minecraft, the second, DLC for Minecraft.
I
I have
did
the
hear
first
about
one, which was really fun, but this one looks even cooler, and it's, like, kind of like a Dominion-esque, looks like
oh
a,
yeah it's got the
kinda
Tyrannosaurus
overlay.
there oh there's
Yeah,
a Pyroraptor
Therizinosaurus, Pyroraptor. There's all kinds of really cool looking stuff in this.
Dilophosaurus Parasaurolophus Tyrannosaur
And
oh wait it's the same
yeah,
ones the
same
same
ones.
picture I'm just naming them and they're just same
My son is like hugely
uh,
into Minecraft, and
Minecraft.
you look at, I mean, like look at you got the Dr. Grant skin,
Oh,
so
wow, from
for
Dominion.
Dominion, yeah.
Yeah, with
So
the brown jacket.
yeah, and it looks
Yep.
like we got a Malta sequence here of some kind
Oh,
with
that's cool.
yeah. So this does look very fun. I'm really interested in catching up on this as well, seeing what this is all about. But so 2024 will, you know, it will bring us. Well, I don't know. That's to be foreseen. But there are new experiences that I can
Mhm.
experience, and anybody out there who has missed these can pick them up. Like you still can buy the other one, the classic one, digitally. Like you still can
Oh,
grab
you
that.
can?
Yeah, you can still grab it digitally.
Oh, okay. Alright, well, that
And
gives me a
this you
little
can pick up. Yeah, this you can pick up anytime too. So, there's plenty of chances to play this over the course of this year. But I think the big one that we're all wondering about
mhm.
is Jurassic Park Survival,
Oh, yeah.
and like this popped up just at the tail end of 2023, an announcement trailer, and didn't give us much. Actually, there was a press release that gave us a decent amount of information, but like no timeline or anything like that. I don't
Mhm.
know. I don't know that this will drop this year. I have a feeling it won't. But maybe it'll surprise and pop up at the end of the year or middle to late, portion of the year. I feel like we heard nothing about this really, concrete wise, until that um the Game Awards. And then like usually when you see a game trailer or something, it takes still a while like for things to come out. And
Mhm.
actually, like I know, I was thinking about it the other day. Indiana Jones, they like announced that Indiana Jones is coming to like uh the Microsoft ecosystem. And they just basically showed like a teaser like a picture and like said that the game was coming, and it's been years since anything. And I think the trailer's coming like tomorrow or so as of this recording. So it like the trailer's finally coming. I don't know when the game's going to
Oh,
drop, but like so I think that's always the case with gaming, right? It's like you get the information and then it's like years go by sometimes before you're able to play the game. Like GTA 6 dropped their trailer. But that's not going to come out this coming year. It's probably going to come out 2025 or I think it is. So it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
games come out like a long time from when they are announced and shown off. So I don't know when we'll be able to play this, but my hope is at least we get more information during this year. Hopefully we get a release date. Hopefully it is 2024 that it gets released, but I'm not getting my hopes up just yet. Do you have any thoughts on this game?
Uh, as much as I want it, like as soon as possible, give it some time so I can be able to get a PS5.
Yeah, man.
I need some
Yeah.
time. I need some time to gather to get a PS5. I gotta wait for one to be refurbished, or if I can find it at a Goodwill.
Yeah,
No, but
and hopefully it'll be worth it, to be honest. Like we don't
yeah,
really know anything about this, and we've seen one little like cinematic, kind of gameplay footage or whatever it was. I forget what it said on the bottom of the screen, but who knows? Hopefully it's even good.
yeah.
Hopefully it's going to be something that we're all going to really really like because it looked like it would be. So,
Uh-huh.
but who knows?
And yeah, in all seriousness, this is a game that a lot of fans have been asking for so long. You know, we did love like we were talking about earlier, Jurassic World Evolution. Those are fun, and but like it's always been park builders and park builders. We had Genesis back in the day, then we had Park Builder on our phones, and then now we
Yeah,
have Jurassic World Evolution, and they're fun. You know, you build your own park, but we've been wanting a game at like this for so long, like
yeah,
Alien Isolation. We've been saying for a long time that if you just switch out the alien and put a raptor, that game would just be incredible. Like it was incredible with the alien, but like for us dinosaur maniacs, you know?
yeah.
Um, and this is what this game seems to be. And, you know, just like you said, we have no idea when this is going to happen. Cause just like you said, they show a trailer and the game comes out 3 years later or something or whatever. We have no idea where this game is in development because they said it was canceled a long time ago, or a version of this game was canceled, and now it just like out of nowhere just came out. You know?
Oh, my iPad locked. Uh,
Yeah. So I was like, "What's going on here?" But yeah, it
yeah,
just
who knows? Like, it's gonna be interesting though to watch over the course of this year, though. I think.
yeah, it was a pleasant surprise. I didn't. I
Hmm.
remember like I was just like, "What is this?" And then I'm just like, you
Yeah,
see the helicopter, you see like the
you hear
rain, and
John
I'm just like,
Hammond.
"Oh my god, is this for?" I'm not gonna lie to you, like, because it was just in my timeline. I didn't read the caption. I didn't read anything. It just started in my timeline somewhere, and because I had seen these pictures of the Dilophosaurus like behind a tree, I'm like, "Oh wow, that art is great. I wonder who did that." That's what I thought, and
Yeah,
then I was working, and then I'm scrolling, and on the timeline it just starts. You know how sometimes the video just starts out of nowhere, and
yeah,
I'm like, "Oh my god, this is chaos theory. Oh, they went back to Nublor?" Like, that's what I started thinking, And then all of a
Okay,
sudden,
yeah.
it's something completely different, and I was like, "Oh, it's a game." And I
Yeah.
was like, "This is the game I want to play." Like,
Yeah, man.
it was so exciting to see, like, just and they're using the Dilophosaurus, like, at least in the trailer, for a good amount of time, it following
Mhm.
the doctor into the kitchen and giving you that nostalgia that we all love. We say,
Yeah.
"Oh, we don't need it." No, we love that nostalgia stuff. So I'm sorry, but we do. As Jurassic
That
fans, we love the tie-ins to the old movie, you know?
that was such a
And
special day, dude. Like when that trailer
mhm.
dropped and cuz I was watching the Game Awards live and I'm just having a good time watching an award show. That's it. I'm sitting
Oh,
there on the couch. My wife's up there too. We're watching it together and like Jeff Keighley was just like, "We've got an announcement 65 million years in the making," and I'm like, "Okay, it's just gonna be a dinosaur game, right? Like that's it." Because I had no expectation that we were gonna be getting anything, and then all of a sudden I see like this island shot, and I'm like, "What is this? What is
yeah,
happening right now?" I
yeah.
started literally
We
freaking
we
out and
all
like hyperventilating.
we all know that little,
Yeah.
like, rising, um, mountain cliff or whatever in the middle of
Oh
the ocean.
yeah, yeah.
We know when we see that, it's just like
It's yeah, instantaneous.
Jurassic.
So and
Nublar.
that was just such a great time to be a fan right there. So, but you actually just brought up something that I wanted to talk about as our last point here. If
Mhm.
we missed anything, please feel free to share, and we will read some of the comments that we have in a minute. But chaos theory. You mentioned the words chaos theory,
Oh, yes.
and I just brought up an EW.com article. I didn't really look too hard for any kind of
Yeah, I was like,
visual
"That guy's
aid,
not
but
in it."
no, I know. There's ads all over the website. It's
That
pretty terrible.
guy yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, let's just do this. There we go. That's even better. Um, chaos theory. Hopefully, I mean, as far as we can, guess, this is going to be coming out this year, right? Like
Oh, yeah.
2024, a new Jurassic World Chaos Theory TV show based off of the continued story of Chaos, or no, I'm sorry, Camp Cretaceous.
Mhm.
Um, Again, a thing we don't really know a ton about, um, but we do know that like there's a T-Rex. There's a kind of similar scene from Jurassic World Dominion and the prologue. We do know that
Curious.
Darius is going to be in this show. So personally, like I know we all have very varied thoughts on what Camp Cretaceous was over the course of its 4, 5 seasons, however many that was. What was it?
Mhm.
Five, I don't know,
Yeah,
but
5, I think.
whatever it was, it was interesting. And there was some, maybe some downhill, kind of stuff towards the end, but I had a great time with the show, and like I've said before recently, like I've really been reflecting on what this show was and that time period of being a fan, and I've been like, man, I've been really like missing that time period. Um, and it wasn't that long ago. It's not like it was like ancient, history or anything, but like I feel like it was just a really fun time being able to watch a new show and, just kind of talk about it with all the fans and just see the reactions. And yeah, sometimes it was a little crazy, but like I don't
Mhm.
care. Like at this point, like it is what it is. And I think I had a really fun time just watching this show. And I'm excited to see like how the characters grow. And if we do get more characters, I really hope we do. I love Darius, but I do want to see what the other kids were up to and who they've grown into, because Darius has grown into like a legit man in this show.
Mhm.
So
Looks like his
like
brother.
yeah, he's how old's his brother gonna be now? He's gonna be like, you know, looking old. But like, yeah, I can't wait to see what this show turns into. And I hope it's like a story that grows with the audience. And like I said, it really hasn't been that long, so there's not a ton of room for growth. But like, I don't know, maybe they're taking any of the lessons they've learned from Camp Cretaceous and applying them to this show. And based off of which I know it's like, take it with a grain of salt, but the reactions from the people who have created this show have been really, really exciting to watch and to read.
Mhm.
Initially when the show popped up, it was like I was reading through a ton of the creators' tweets and things, and they were all just like over the moon with this thing. It was really like really cool to hear that they were so excited and they really were talking like super highly about the story and how much people are going to love it. And yes, that's to be expected, but like I just had a good feeling from that. So I'm just very excited to see what this show becomes. Do you have any expectations for this one?
I'm excited for it. I was a big fan of Camp Cretaceous. I know it had its weird moments, but I never really was like, wow. I There was a moment where I was just like, ah, no, what are they doing? You know, and I'm not gonna get into details of that one. Whatever. I'll say the
There's
fight
a
between the Spinosaurus and the T Rex. I was like, oh, come on, you know. But
uh,
there are moments in that show that I like the season everybody hates. I like season 2. People don't like that
okay.
season. I liked it. I like how dark they went when they walk
Yeah, they
into
did.
that tent, and I was just like, "Oh, wow, okay."
Yeah,
That's not, the hunters and all that. I
that was brutal.
there's a
Yeah, it was dark.
there's a lot of good narratives in that show, and you actually care about the characters, which, as weird as some situations got, I cared about them. My favorite character is Darius. I love Darius. He's
Hmm.
such a great character, and I liked his growth of like leader and all that. So I'm excited to see where his life has taken him. Is he part of the the fish and wildlife rescue now that he grew up? Is he tracking Rexy? Like that scene where Rexy like goes from kind of that movie theater scene that we seen in the prologue, and now she walks right into traffic and like starts
Yeah,
roaring. That's awesome, man, because I'm a huge fan of the San Diego incident. So like to see something very similar, that's awesome.
yeah,
So I'm excited. I really am. And we'll see where it goes, but I think they're probably going to explore things that we wanted to see in Dominion that probably weren't discussed or expressed in Dominion. More of the like kind of like this more like smaller focus, you
hmm
know? And they'll probably focus on like the land areas where the characters are at and focus how the relationship between dinosaurs and human beings are, which is something that Dominion kind of didn't really focus on on the film. Nothing
yeah.
against Dominion in that sense. Brad, I love the film. I just wish there was certain things they could have done different. But
Sure.
I feel like some of those things that Dominion had missing, I think we might see it in Chaos Theory. And yeah, I'm excited for it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping as well. I think there could be a lot of room to explore those like interactions and encounters and things, over the course of California to the Midwest or wherever this ends up taking place. Like,
Mhm.
it'll be really exciting to see what happens. And if they could, because that story got crazy, right? Like the Camp
Yeah,
Cretaceous one with like remote
yeah.
controlled dinosaurs and yes,
Towards the end,
it kind of ties into Dominion in a way with the radio signally
uh
kind
huh,
of
uh huh.
dinosaur things. But like hopefully they give us a focused story like you're saying, more
Hmm.
personal, maybe ground level kind of storytelling. And they can do that with these characters and still give us something very exciting that doesn't have to be full of sci-fi and hybrids and
Hmm.
crazy stuff. And some of that crazy stuff was some of my favorite parts of Camp Cretaceous, but I do think that there is ways to hone it in.
Yeah,
And yeah,
yeah.
I'm
Dumb it
excited for
down.
it, man. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
it got too crazy at some points, and I was like, "What am I watching?" I like it's one of those moments where you're like, "I like what I'm seeing, but does it belong in Jurassic?" That
that's a good question. Yeah.
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 It's cool to watch that, but does it belong in the Jurassic franchise? Because the Jurassic franchise, to an extent, has always kind of kept things a little bit grounded, and we're talking about cloning dinosaurs, but it always
Yeah.
kept it to a certain level, and Camp Cretaceous last season just went off the rails. They were like, "Just throw everything at it," and I enjoyed it, but at the same time, I was like, "Oh, that felt a little weird." It was like kind of
Yeah.
like the the stories we made up as kids when we played with dinosaurs. You know what I mean? It turned into one of those scenarios. You know, where when I was a kid and I played with my action figures and Grant and all them, I had them doing like that crazy stuff with the dinosaurs, like remote control the T-Rex and this and that. So it became almost like a crazy fan fiction at some point, which was fun.
Yeah,
But the thing is, like, is it Elseworlds? You know, are we doing some DC and
exactly.
Marvel thing? Like, you know,
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah. Well, who knows? But I'm excited to witness whatever they're gonna
Hmm.
do. But
Bring it
yeah,
on.
I mean that's about all we could come up with really. But I did reach out to the listeners and wanted to see what everybody else thought. And like I said, there was the post that I put up and then I deleted it. So I did collect those comments, even though I deleted them. I still I took screenshots so I knew what people said. Uh, but this first one I wanted to read from Tom Jurassic. Hey Tom, what's going on, Tom? We all know you. And it says,
Tom,
what?
Tom's asleep right now, right? Yeah,
It
he is.
probably. Yeah. It said learning more about Jurassic Park survival, so hyped for the game. Yeah. And
Good.
yeah, we said the same thing. Collect Jurassic also said one word, survival.
Hmm.
So I think like this is going to be on a lot of people's minds over the course of this year because you know, we all want to know what the heck is going on with this game. Uh,
Oh yeah.
uh Caleb Burnett says, "Hey, what's up, Caleb? I'll be talking to you soon."
What's up, bro?
Uh, Caleb said, "Chaos Theory, Jurassic Park Survival, and Jurassic June." And I was like, "Yeah, man, Jurassic June. Like that was a good shout out because like that always is just such a fun time to be a fan, even if not much is happening. It's just fun to share in the love of Jurassic during that time period."
Oh, definitely.
Yaroslav said, maybe some more JP era content. Absolutely. Heck yeah. Eric underscore data. This is all on Instagram, by the way. Said the cryocan replica by Paragon. That'll be nice, right?
Oh yeah, that's right. I think they're
Uh,
doing
t-
the goggles too.
oh yeah, I did see that. God, oh
Hmm.
man. That'll be wild.
Hmm.
That'll be absolutely wild. Tambro19 says, definitely excited for Chaos Theory. Always excited for more expansive storytelling animated shows for the franchise. Yeah, I can't wait to see how they expand it. It's gonna be fun. Josh Durr, with 3 R's, said, more Legacy and Hammond collection, the survival game, and that awesome Ford Explorer. Yeah, yeah, exactly. I'm very excited for all of those things. We mentioned all those. Jurassic Texas said, that's hard to answer. Sure.
Hmm.
And P Slenderman. I don't know how to read all these names, guys. All right, bear with me. This says Hammond Collection Giganotosaurus. Uh, and yes, I'm excited for that too. You mentioned it before, because like I did not get the core line one, and I just think
Mm.
it's like hideous. Um,
I, you
so
know, uh, just give me 1 second. Like,
yeah.
I have I got it. Actually, yeah, I wouldn't be able to get it. It's behind a bunch of stuff. Um, I had Ted. I sent it down to Ted, and you know the video he did of the repaint. That's mine.
Oh,
And
amazing. Okay.
I sent it down to him because he refused to get it too. He was like, "This one is just," and me, I was being more of a completist back then,
Yeah.
so I had gotten it, and then I also got that 3-pack or whatever that
Yeah.
has Ellie
Yeah.
Sattler. When they did a sale, it was like they wanted 120 for it, and it was on sale for like I think like 50 something, and I was like,
Uh,
I'm getting it. So I
there you
got
go.
it. So then I have 2 gigas. So I sent one down to Ted. He repainted it, made it look beautiful. But still, it's like it's not a good figure, man. It is not a good figure. One,
Yeah.
it's small. It's supposed to be bigger or the same size as Rexy. It's tiny compared to her. So I
Really?
hopefully, hopefully they do a Hammond collection one, man, because we need it.
Yeah. Let's see here. Natalie says, whatever we can get, to be honest. They're so stingy with stuff for Jurassic fans.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh,
That's fair. That's fair.
yeah.
My buddy Hunter here says Stiggy's continued supremacy. So that's an exciting thing for 24. We'll see. I don't know. Is Stiggy gonna be, the reigning champ this year or something? I don't know. Lucas Oxby says new dinosaurs. Sure, why not?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Um, let's see. KM Jurassic says I'm excited mostly for Chaos Theory and Super Colossal Allosaurus. Ooh, that'll be
What?
nice.
We're getting
Super.
Allosaurus? I had
I
no
think
idea.
so. Yeah, I've heard a bit about this thing, and I haven't seen anything. I don't know if it's any images or anything, but that sounds like it would be fun. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Jay Quinzel says survival. I've been dying for a new game that isn't a park builder. Aftermath was fun, but very slow paced. Yeah, Aftermath, Jurassic
Mm-hmm.
World Aftermath is. I kind of always forget about that one. It was a VR game, and it was
Yeah.
fun. It was fun.
I never got to play that one. I always forget about that one too. They had another one in the Oculus. It was like blue on the island or something.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But those games are like hard to get your hands on
Hmm.
unless you really have those systems, and I've never played them, so I always
Yeah.
forget about them.
Let's see. Silvio Cat 2010 says Jurassic World Chaos Theory. Hope for live action. I mean, yeah. I mean, we've been begging for like a crossover between like the animation and TV or
Yeah.
animation and movies for a while. Like I think I am hoping that's what they're planning, like to age this up a little bit, and then eventually when they do make another movie, have like Kayla Watts and Darius working together. Dude, it would be so sick.
Mhm.
Um, let's see
We all
here.
thought that was it Ramsey in
Oh yeah,
Dominion was Darius for a while. Remember
yeah.
that?
There was some talk about that. Yeah. Oh, now this one. How am I going to say this? The unmoney aristocrat. I hopefully said that right. It says more Jurassic Park podcast. Don't get cheap on us.
Oh.
Hey man, we're trying. We're trying, you know? That's it. Uh Hi, I'm Ethan 2028 says absolute chaos. There all right. Hopefully there's not. I mean,
Okay.
hopefully not too much chaos, but you know,
Yeah.
absolutely excited for Chaos Theory. But
Yeah. I
uh,
don't know about chaos. I think we've had enough.
yeah, there's been plenty of chaos.
Yeah.
All right, moving over to Facebook. Let's see. Nate Lloyd says definitely Jurassic World Chaos Theory and Jurassic Park Survival Game. Also hoping for
Mhm.
never before released Dino, human, and vehicle figures, both mainline and Hammond collection. Whatever else they want to throw at us this year would be welcome as well. Yeah,
Mhm.
unreleased like human, like if there's like stuff like the classic collection, how we got figures and or dinosaurs and vehicles that we never had released before, that we
Mhm.
knew that they existed. That would be cool, you know, stuff like that.
That would be
Um,
cool.
Skylar here says the continuation of the Amber collection. I think maybe Skylar means the Hammond
Mm.
collection. Not sure because they said bring on the Pyroraptor. So I know we know the
Yeah.
Pyroraptor's
Hammond.
coming to the Hammond collection, but
Mhm.
I just saw Collect Jurassic, or I think post the picture of like the Amber collection in Target, like currently, and it was all
Yes.
like on sale. I was like, "What is going on? What?"
It was all it was all these guys. Hold up. He's right here on my desk. It was all him.
Yes. Hello,
It was
hello,
like
John.
10 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, Jason Balk says possibly more Jurassic Park toys and collectible items released that I would choose to collect from the Jurassic World Chaos Theory series. Of course, Jurassic Park Survival is on the horizon. Yeah, and that's a good point. You know, like I meant to bring it up before, but with Mattel, we could eventually see a ton more like Chaos Theory toys. You know,
Of
that would be
course,
cool
yeah.
to see. Hopefully,
And
and
maybe
we might be seeing them right now. You know, that's the thing. They
mhm.
might be infused into these toys. Maybe that Allosaurus and maybe some other things. You know, uh, but yeah,
as
yeah. I
well
guess
as
that's why
well
the Allosaurus
survival.
is super colossal too. Yeah, maybe survival too. That would be awesome if we got
Yeah,
toys for
yeah.
that.
I think they would branch out and do I don't think it would be a long run, but I think it'd be like,
Sure.
few figures here and there.
I always hoped we would get the live tour. You know, Genie and
Yeah, I
Kate
always hope that
Walker,
too.
and yeah. And the last one I'll read here is from Tyler Quaid. It says, I'm excited for Jurassic World Chaos Theory and for this amazing Jurassic Park podcast to keep going on. I love this community. Yeah, absolutely. Excited for both of those things as well.
Mhm.
Yeah, but that is everything we have. Do you have any final thoughts or any predictions or anything else before we get out of here?
Um, I'm just looking forward to it because lately it's just been all surprises. I feel like there's like chitter chatter here and there, but it's like I don't know. I usually have an ear to a lot of these things, and maybe I just haven't been so involved. But there's a lot of surprises that just keep popping up, and I'm like, oh, I never knew they were coming out with that. Oh, I didn't know they were because right now in
Yeah.
the Hammond collection, we're getting everybody's getting Owen, and we're getting Blue in May or something for some reason so long from now. But that could mean we finally might get Claire Deering in the white dress,
Ah,
which
that would be
is
great.
I've oh man, like we need Claire Deering in her white dress because that was like the her like Owen. If you notice, like the Owens that we've never gotten him with that Jurassic World look. We have him
Hmm.
now, so I think Claire's next. She has to be next, and then maybe
Hopefully.
Maybe
Ah,
Hoskins, Wu in Jurassic World look. You
oh
know
man, it would be so killer.
exactly,
That'd be
and
great.
oh, how awesome would it be to have Lowry?
Dude, that would be fantastic.
Oh
We'd have to
man.
get another one of those desks. I don't know if you ended up getting it, but like Ted had found like a
Yes,
wrestling desk. I don't know if the size would work because that was for the Amber collection, but like, he maybe he'd have to find a scaled down version. But
with little
uh
tiny dinosaurs
yeah, yeah, we'll have to get some. I don't know where we're gonna mini dinosaurs that small, but we can make it
Oh,
work.
and Maserati, dude.
Dude, yeah.
We could, because then we could
With
put
a
Maserati.
helicopter?
I think we got the helicopter for that damage.
There
What was
was
it
a
called?
helicopter.
Like
Well, what if we get
extreme
like a
damage or something?
Hammond collection set with Maserati and a helicopter, and he comes with a helmet too. You can put a helmet on him. Doesn't he have a helmet in that scene? I feel like he
That
does,
could
right?
be. I think honestly that would be like a Comic Con piece,
Yeah,
probably.
yeah, 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 for
Mm-hmm.
sure. That would be awesome. Imagine
Just
that, a
like we
Hammond
got
collection
the breakout set
helicopter.
with the T Rex and the lawyer.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I think it would come. It would be kind of same thing, like with a Hammond collection, Jurassic World Pteranodon. You know.
yeah. All right, so now that we're heading out, where can everybody find you online and what you're up to? Anything?
You still find me on Instagram. I barely post on Twitter, but or X. Professor X Twitter. Um, I don't know. I think it's so stupid. It's called X, but
Yeah, yeah,
that's another.
definitely.
Um, J Jurassic, the same way it's spelled right there on the video. There's just an underscore in between the E and the
Hmm.
J for J Jurassic. And I am slowly working towards trying to create things again to put back in my Petticoat Lane store on Etsy. And I don't know who is a dinosaur fan in New Jersey, man, because like I've been pumping out all these Jurassic Park and dinosaur tattoos, and like I need to get some more dinosaur fans getting tattooed, man.
I know you're you're trying to call me out here. Yeah.
Yeah, you better come up here, man. Yeah, I have all these designs I'm pumping out, and it's like I don't know, man. But you're far from me, dude.
Yeah,
You're
I
like
know,
what,
dude.
3 hours away?
It's maybe not that far, but yeah, it's like two. Yeah, it might be two plus actually.
Yeah,
Maybe.
no,
Yeah.
I'm way
It's
up north, man.
I know, dude. It's as small as this state is. It takes a
It's
long time to get
gigantic.
across or up top or whatever. Yeah, but dude, I thank you so much for popping in on the show for a little
Of
bit
course,
and
man.
talk. It's always so great talking with you about this stuff and getting to the
Likewise,
bottom
brother.
of it. Yeah.
Likewise.
So we'll have to do it again. And also, if anybody's listening, hey, like, watch us both on Peacock. We're on Peacock
Yeah, that's
together. Like,
right. That's right. I
what is
don't
the
I don't
unknown
look as
story?
burly as I do right now. I had a nice, pressed shirt, and I
Yeah,
had
you
short
did.
hair. I look pretty much like I've been on Isla Nublar for a while. But
I love both looks. So, but yeah, we're both on
yeah,
Peacock. It's the unknown story.
story.
There's a Jurassic Park episode, and we're both on there. And if you haven't seen it, I know it was kind of difficult to find for a while. I
Yeah.
had a lot of people reach out and say that they had no idea, and I was like, yeah, I didn't really promote it all that much, and like, and it was hard to find because it was on the Reels network. I know we got all those Reels bucks from doing that, but like, you know. but now
Dude,
it's on Peacock and more people can see us, so that's pretty cool.
it is pretty awesome that you could just put it on now. You know, I've,
Yeah.
I've watched it a couple times, being very like, wow, look at that guy. Yeah, we look good. You know,
Yeah.
but it's really cool that we were on that show, and then a lot of people have been able to see it now. I've had people hit me up and like, hey man, I didn't know you were on TV. I was like, yeah, yeah. And as well, we have a podcast episode about us talking about the time we
That's
got
true, yeah.
on there. So
Forgot
I don't
about
know
that
what.
one. Yeah, that's on there somewhere on the
Yeah,
feed.
like
You have no idea where
yeah,
it
I
is,
had
but
no idea which one it is.
there's
But we
like
talk about the
I feel
entire
like
experience.
with all our bonus episodes and everything, we've got like probably what are we almost at 500 or maybe more.
Oh
I
yeah,
don't even know. So yeah, there's a lot. Close to 500, I think. So
yeah.
472 maybe that's the number.
I told my boss today. I was like, yeah, there's like 5 or 600 episodes or something now, man. Like, how could you guys talk so much about Jurassic Park? I'm like, oh,
I
you
don't
have no
know.
idea.
Who
You have
knows?
no idea. Just get me started, man.
Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, we need to get Nostalgia Jay back at some point to talk
Yeah,
about
I gotta.
like
I'm,
I don't know, a holiday or a toy or something like that. So hopefully in the near future, as 2024 progresses, we can get you back on and talk some more stuff.
Yeah, man. I'm working on like getting my channel back up, which has one video on YouTube. I think the next video that I'll do on there is like a tour of my like
Yeah, dude,
collection.
do it.
Hello?
Oh,
I think it froze.
okay. Did you freeze? Oh, I'm here. But anyway, well, since it froze, we'll say goodbye. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching and listening, and we'll catch you later.